And a good Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos behind the glass. What's up? What's up, everybody?
I just drove by Bridgestone, saw the white flag out front, and was going to come in the station and talk about it today.
Yeah, I would say that
people are mad.
Who's mad?
Social media.
Yeah, really. The people that don't give two you-know-whats 360 days a year about this team, and now all of a sudden they want to start tweeting about it.
No. Go to the Nashville Predators page on Facebook, and there's a lot of unhappy people that follow that team daily. I'm not talking about the media members in this town who don't give a rat's about them, but
yeah,
I'm saying a lot of people are upset.
I mean, that is my favorite part, and we're going to get into all this. That is my favorite part of this time of year, that, you know, there are so-called, like, they think they know everything, don't give a rat's ass about the Predators
language
until the trade deadline. It's like, oh, well, now all of a sudden I got to talk about it, and I'm going to throw out this, you know, these cockamamie ideas.
Should Michael McCarron been traded?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
why is it fine?
It's because, I mean, honestly, you got a second round pick for a fourth line guy, and now he's a good fourth line guy. He has a role on this team, and that's the other thing, that the people that never talk about him, you know, you have to have those fourth line guys. I mean, you saw how deflated that team was last night without him and Cole Smith.
Yeah, so you trade a guy for a second round pick who might be here in about 5 to 7 years.
Well, you got a 2028 second round pick, so it's going to
be even worse.
It's going to be a while, and then you turn around and, you know, do the same thing with Cole Smith.
I'll default to you. If you tell me it's good, it's good. If you tell me it's bad, it's bad. If you tell me it's in the middle, it's the middle. You know a lot more about this than I do. So what's the reaction?
I think, from what I have seen,
I don't care about
my reaction.
I care about Chase McCabe.
I am bummed out that they're waving the white flag, but I understand why they're doing it, because I think I heard Connor and Corey talk about this, that missed call against Detroit was basically like, all right, when they lost that game, it was kind of like, all right, pick up the phone.
All right.
So, look, and Barry Trotz is always going to do what is best for this organization.
I hope.
You can say what you want about him as a coach. You can say what you want about him as a general manager. He loves this organization, and he is going to do what he thinks is best for the organization and leave it the best that he possibly could leave it. And the fact that he took, again, no disrespect when I say this, a fourth line guy that was a former first round pick that never lived up to being a first round pick and got a second for him, that's pretty darn good.
Okay.
I mean, we sit here and talk about what you're going to get for Will Levis. You're not going to get anything like that for Will Levis.
Oh, now this is apples and oranges.
It is. And then you get a third round pick in 2028 for Cole Smith, and then a defensive prospect and Christopher Sadov.
Okay.
So
right.
you are adding to the kitty of things that you can work with moving forward.
Always add to the kitty if you can.
So I don't think they're bad trades by any means. I know there's going to be, again, people out there that disagree with that, and that's fine. I mean, that's where this team is. When you're middle of the road or not good, you're going to have one side that loves everything you do. You're going to have one side that hates everything you do. And then you're going to have people in the middle that are like, just talk to me when we're good again.
Okay.
And that's fine.
All right. We're good, man.
So they're in sell mode. I mean, that's basically what this is. So now we'll see. Now, I will say this.
Say it, buddy.
Ryan O'Reilly and Steven Stamkos, I believe, will still be on this team by when the deadline passes.
So you're not really selling.
You're selling your guys that are going to be free agents.
Okay. All right.
That's the other thing. You got a second round pick for a pending free agent.
Okay. That we won't see here for 10 years.
Well, fine, but you can use that pick to get a player that you could see tomorrow.
Okay.
So, like, think of it like that. You know, think of it as draft picks are currency.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Prospects are currency.
All right.
And they can help you in many different ways. They can help you for the future, or they can help you for the now. Like if all of a sudden they decide the new GM comes in and looks at this roster and looks at all the draft picks and then looks at, what else is out there and goes, I can fix this right now because everybody's got an ego.
Everybody.
Then you take the draft picks and you trade them and you go get established players. I mean, if the new GM comes in and looks at what Barry left them and turns that into Austin Matthews, then I'd say we're all feeling pretty damn good.
Okay. And that's a 1% chance, but
right.
It happens.
It's a 0.1% chance. But I'm just saying,
right. I mean, the last two losses hurt.
They do.
Yeah. And I mean, plus you're up on Dallas 2-0 on Saturday, and then you lose the last two games. Watching the Detroit, it just looked so much faster, so much more athletic, and yet the Preds still probably could have won that game.
Yeah.
But moving on, man.
So this is where, and look, I do not consider myself an expert by any means, but I've covered this team for a long time. I talk to a lot of hockey people, and so I'm going to try and take that knowledge and give you my opinions based on that.
Okay.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Brian says, just an honest question. Is a second-round pick in 2028 considered a good trade, being that it's still a couple of years out, and it seems like in the NHL, once a player is drafted, it's a few years before they make it into the league. So realistically, we're looking at the early 2030s before seeing the result of the trade. If you look at it simply by a draft pick in drafting a player, then yes, that is probably a fair statement. But if you look at it like I just said, that it's currency. It's like in soccer having allocation money, right? I mean, is that a fair example?
100%.
You can use draft picks to trade and get established players.
Okay.
So it's yours to do with what you want. That's how I look at this stuff and that's how David Poyle's always told me this. Barry Trotz has always told me this, that, draft picks are that's the more I got, the more I can do.
Can I be a jerk for a second? And I really hate doing this. I mean, I know the affinity for David Poyle, but I mean, they had one team that went to the final, right? And one team went, I mean, it's not like, I don't know. Am I being a jerk about that?
I mean, I don't think it's a relevant conversation.
All right.
I'll
shut up.
I know David Poyle. I've had many conversations with David Poyle. Whether, everybody that's ever done the GM job in any sport has made a lot of really good moves, and they made a lot of crappy moves too.
But don't you define a GM on a championship? I have to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But otherwise, why are you a GM?
I don't want to do that right now.
No, I get it.
Like, that's not – again, that time has passed.
Yeah. But there's a reason we're in this situation.
Sure.
Right? And you got to go back to the previous GM who was here and a lot of these guys that came here. Now, I blame Trotz for the Saros contract, which is going to – that's the albatross, man. Yeah. That's the one hanging over this franchise, one that everybody talks about, even if you half-ass pay attention to this hockey team.
Skylar says, bring on the big boy trades. O'Reilly, Stamkos, Marchessault, get them gone.
Would you be okay with that?
That is easier said than done, Skylar. If they do it, great. But this ain't NHL 26. You can't just
Would you be okay with that?
That's a really good question.
Because then you're
rebuilding.
You're in a huge rebuild.
Marchessault, yes. Stamkos, it really depends on do you want to compete at all next year? Do you think that the young talent is good enough to mix in with veteran guys like O'Reilly and Stamkos and then Yossi and Forsberg, that are all still going to be here to be competitive? And here's the thing. If you think that, and you think that Brady Martin is going to come in and help you, and Tanner Molendyke is going to come in and help you, and Ryan Ufko and some of the other guys that you have in the pipeline.
Right.
If you think they're going to come in and be competitive and help you, that means that you as the fan base have to be okay with, Well, you might make it and you might not, which is where you've been. But you're putting a lot of eggs in your young core with a mix of veterans, which people are going to argue, well, that's what they've been doing the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where you're at. If you trade those guys, like I'm talking, if Barry gets a call for Ryan O'Reilly, it better be for multiple ones and a damn good prospect. And I think that's what it's going to take for him to take that. Because then he's going to go to Ryan O'Reilly and he's going to say, look, I know you want to be here. This is what I'm getting offered. I really feel like I got to take this. You know, Stamkos has trade protection, so Stamkos can control a little bit more of his future. O'Reilly doesn't have any of that. It's just doing the right thing.
Just a nice guy. By the way, the worst word in sports used to be potential.
Oh, yeah.
It is now rebuilding.
It is.
No fan base wants to hear the phrase.
And no team wants to use that.
Nope. Oh, reloading. No, you're rebuilding.
I mean, because here, like, again, and I see why like teams don't want to say this, because look at the Detroit Red Wings. You know when the last time they were in the playoffs was?
2016.
Right.
They said at the game the other day. That's
the
only reason I knew.
Well, thanks for paying attention. Chicago Blackhawks. You know when the last time they were in the playoffs was?
2017.
Right. So, Buffalo Sabres.
Like 2009 or something?
The Nixon administration. Like it feels like it's been that long.
Right.
So that's, but again, there have been examples that you can go and you can sell off and rebuild and it works.
Right.
You know, it took Edmonton a long time. They've gone to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals and they haven't won them, but they got there. So you also have to decide what, besides the obvious, which is the championship, what's success? What does success look like? So there's a lot of, my thing is, I think Bill Haslam's a smart owner. I think he's a smart businessman. We'll leave politics aside, but I think he was a good governor when he was in that office. So I trust that he knows what he's doing from a leadership and business standpoint. And I think he is smart enough to know what he doesn't know. And so he's going to bring in the good hockey people that are going to help him run the hockey team. And I think Sean Henry's a smart guy from both a business and hockey standpoint. I think Barry Trotz is a smart guy. And so go find the next GM. And then, like we have said with the Titans multiple times, say, I've hired you to do this job. Go do it. And I'm going to stay out of your way.
Okay.
If I come down to your office, it's either to say good job or to fire you. That's what it's going to be.
That's a fun trip.
But I mean, that is that.
You're right. No, you're right, man.
And so I say that to say, I'm going to trust the new GM, depending on who it is, to come in here and do what they think is best for this roster. If that's blow it up and rebuild from scratch, then okay, we're going to see some bad hockey for a few years. If they think they got enough draft capital and young prospects to work with that they can reset this thing sooner rather than later, then okay. But ultimately, it's going to be whatever the result is.
You're right, man.
So 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. We will get to that here in just a second. What's our question of the day?
Well, I think the question of the day is, do you feel like the Predators have now are waving the white flag? I mean, that's the topic. That's what a lot of people are talking about today. And that's a simple thing, is reaction. People care. People care about this hockey team. And so, like I said, people are highly upset on some of the Facebook pages of Preds fans that have followed this team for years. And some, like you read right there, like, trade them all. So do you think the Preds should wave the white flag right now? That's the question. That's the most pertinent question right now.
And our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical, your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com. We'll continue with this coming up next. Terry McCormick at the bottom of the hour. Max Herz will be in here at 1 o'clock to talk about a lot of this stuff with us. We will do that all today on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game.
as you mentioned, a lot else going on. What do you make of the McCarron situation, how you handled that, and just what he meant to this hockey club?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to miss two great people, two big parts of our culture and what they bring every day. They're wonderful people. They're kind of like family, being around them for 3 years. So sad to see them go. At the same time, hoping for the best. They're going to go to places that have a good opportunity to, have a long run, further their career, but we're going to miss them. It's a sad day here today.
That was Andrew Burnett after the 3-2 loss to Columbus last night. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. What?
It's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Great song.
As the Predators have traded Mike McCarron and Cole Smith in separate deals. They did that last night. I will tell you.
Tell me.
When you're the one in charge of hosting pre and post, when that stuff comes out right as you're ready to do the lineups and you think those guys are in the lineup and then you're told they're not.
Right.
It's kind of an interesting time, but
so you knew.
Yeah. So it was,
you could have plausible deniability, buddy.
It was something. But I'll say this, and again, you heard the emotion in Andrew Burnett's voice that was a tough one because, those are two guys that, I mean, they're Mike McCarron a few years ago played golf with us at the Predators golf tournament,
right?
With our Cromwell group. And I gotten to know him a little bit through covering the team. He's a great dude. He's just he's like you and I. He's just very laid back and a fun guy. But the fact of the matter is, it's almost like a running back. I mean, you can find those guys in free agency.
So the night Stamkos had his hat trick back in December, he had four goals that night, hat trick and 1 ago. All I remember about that night is McCarron beat the snot out of somebody on the other team.
Yep.
Crowd went insane.
Yep.
Yeah, Stamkos, great. Hat trick. We love it. Yeah, thank you. But just seeing the energy he brought. So when I talked to you late last night, you're like, hey, they trade. I'm like, oh, that's the first thing I thought about was that guy going to battle for the team. I'm like, man, you'd like to have those guys around.
Right. I've also noticed there's and I'm not going to pick on this texter. I'm just it's a observation, I should say, that you have your fans that they get invested and they love these players and they get to know them to the best level that they can.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have an emotion when one of them leaves. I remember going through it for the first time in my life in 2004 when D-Mace and Kevin Carter and all those guys got cut. That was the first time that I felt that sadness because you were attached to a player with your team.
Sure.
So Kevin says this team fans overvalue guys like Cole Smith and McCarron. Those guys are a dozen in this league. What the Preds got back was a steal for those guys and allows room for the young guys to get ice time. Everything he just said is 100% true, is factual.
Okay.
But my message is, if you're a fan and you want to be upset today because Mike McCarron and Cole Smith aren't on the team anymore, that's your right as a fan. And I don't think a fan that just looks at it as, well, they did the right thing. They did do the right thing. I mean, if we're being honest, looking at the future, they did the right thing. They had expiring contracts, and you got a second and a third for those guys. That's a pretty good deal. Whether it's in 2028 or 2038, you still got a second round pick or a third round pick for those guys. So, but if there are fans that are bummed today, that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way.
Sure. Just don't burn your jersey.
No, don't burn the jersey, but you're allowed to be upset. Justin wants to weigh in on the trades. Justin, what's up?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
Good.
So, I mean, it's not all that bad because if you look at the Cole Smith, we did pick up a defenseman. Sure, he's from the Silver Knights, not the Golden Knights, but I mean, there's a prospect there, and we all need defense. But I want to know why you think there's a 0.1% chance in Austin Matthews coming to the Preds, because I know that he requested a trade.
No. That's not what we said. I said Chase said, what are the chances this prospect that they get back turns into Austin Matthews. And
No,
I
that's
said,
actually not what I was talking about trading him for Austin Matthews.
oh,
but
I thought you were talking about the one
I
the
was
prospect.
joking.
Oh,
And that's how I took it, is he was trading him for, because
Okay.
I'm like, the man wins a gold medal, comes back, his first game gets booed, and then he puts in an official request to transfer. I mean, his cap is right now at only like 13.2, and we've got over almost 31. So, I mean, I don't think it's completely outside the realm of possibility. Now, I mean, that puts in a problem with Roman Yossi wearing the C, but, I mean, if you're going to weigh two C's against each other and we have a possibility of doing something when you have that much cap space and he wants out of a Canadian team, I don't think it's a 0.1% chance.
Well, Toronto's got to do it. I mean, I see what you're saying, Justin, and thanks for the call. Toronto's got to be willing to part with him, and they don't have to do that. Because, I mean, from a business standpoint, they don't necessarily care that he's getting booed. It'll stop. I mean, it was an in the moment thing. He's an American that just beat your team. Like, I get it. But
right.
I mean, if they look at it as, okay, it's not working. I mean, nothing Toronto's done the last few years has really worked.
Right.
So maybe it would behoove them to try and trade him. I don't know. But
Dropping big words.
what, behoove?
Behoove, yeah.
You like that?
Huge.
You like that? Max Herz is going to join us at 1:00. We'll talk more about this and kind of what the future and everything looks like with the Predators. But coming up next, we'll shift gears into a little Titans. Terry McCormick, Titan Insider, and Main Street Media will join us next. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Wednesday, 102.5 The Game.
Oh, shit. I totally misinterpreted that. I was like,
My mindset.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. We say hello now to Terry McCormick from Main Street Media. TitanInsider.com is where you can find his work. Terry, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just getting ready for free agency to start here next week. Good songs to come back into, by the way. With George Harrison.
Oh, I always love some George Harrison. There have been a lot of reports that the Titans will be aggressive in trying to bring in Wan'Dale Robinson, who Brian Dable is very familiar with the New York Giants. Would that be the answer at wide receiver and to give Cam Ward some help?
Well, it might be part of the answer. I mean, it's not like you're bringing Justin Jefferson in, but I think it certainly could help because this is a guy that, knows Brian Dable's system and fits it and has been productive the last couple of years there with the Giants. And he played at Kentucky. So, a lot of fans around here should be familiar with him. In fact, he was Will Levis's main target for a year or two, wasn't he?
He was. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's true. If you sign Robinson or Pierce or one of these guys, do you see them still signing another, or are they going to look at more the draft and what they already have?
I think it's a mix. I think when you need help just about everywhere, I think you've got to look for. You can't leave any stone unturned, so to speak. I think if they go after Robinson, I think it's still possible they could go after another receiver in the draft. He's more of a slot guy, a smaller guy at 5'8" with some speed. Maybe you want to go get a guy who's 6'3", 6'4", who can win the 50-50 balls and that sort of thing. Or, and then you still have to look at that in the draft as well. Maybe not at number 4, but somewhere over the first couple of days of the draft. I think you need some help at receiver that you can bring in a guy who can be productive from day one.
Terry, how important is a center now in free agency for this football team?
Oh, it's absolutely important. I think when you look at when this team has been down before and they've tried to rebuild things, one of the key ingredients was finding a good center who was also a leader. They did that with Kevin Mawai back in 2006. They did that with Ben Jones. I think it was in 2016. So here we are in 2026. They're going to try to do it again, probably with another veteran center that is out on the free agent market. The guy from Baltimore appears to be the leader in the clubhouse, but they're going to have a lot of competition for him.
Oh, absolutely they are. And I think that is just, we see how vital, when you don't have that center, you see how vital it is because, people, they don't care about the offensive line until the offensive line is awful. Then they care about the offensive line. So, but there are some good center free agents out there I've seen.
Yeah, there's it's not a bad group. There's some others. There's Connor. I want to call him Conor McGregor. It's Connor McGovern.
Right.
That was with Buffalo last year. So certainly that's a guy that is an option as well. There'll be some guys out there that you can pull in that won't require as much as Lyndon. What is the guy's name? Lyndon something. I can't.
It's Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson,
former president.
Lyndon Baum.
Lyndon Baum.
Yeah.
Lyndon Baum. Yes.
He's pretty
I
good.
couldn't remember if it was Lyndon Baum or Lyndon Beck, and I didn't want to sound stupid.
Well, we sound stupid for 3 hours every day, so it's all good. The other part of that, they got to have somebody opposite Skoronski at the other guard. I know the Chargers today are going to release Becton. It's going to save them $10 million. I mean, do you go all in and try to rebuild the line right now? Because if you're going to get I know there's some stuff with Zeitler still out there trying to figure that out, but I mean, you got money, you got a franchise quarterback, you want to protect him, you're probably going to draft a running back. I think you shore up that offensive line if you can.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe you look in free agency. Maybe you do sign 2 guys. Maybe you sign a center and a guard. The other part of that, though, is maybe Jackson Slater's ready. I mean,
yes.
They were pretty high on him, as a prospect, long term that needed some development. Way back in the day here, you guys remember when Mike Munchak coached the offensive line, they draft guys like David Stewart and Eugene Amano and Justin Hartwig, and they'd sit for a year or so, they'd learn, and then the next year they were competing and winning a starting spot, and they were your starter for 4 years.
Yeah, but in that equation, you had the name Mike Munchak, and he's not around right now, and he worked wonders with those guys.
He really did. But, I mean, there are offensive line coaches who can do those sorts of things and develop talent. It didn't happen for whatever reason with Bill Callahan, even though everybody, was hoping that would be the case. But this new guy that they've brought in, that Daboll has brought in, seems to have a fairly good track record of success with offensive linemen. So we'll see what he can do with some of these guys.
Well, and that's my thing, Terry. I made this joke to Joe when they hired him. I'm like, I've never heard of this guy, so I'm glad. Like, there's no pressure on, and I know he's been around, like he's worked with Daboll, but I feel like for the fans, that might be a good thing too. Of this guy probably knows what he's doing, but there's no pressure of being a guru.
Right, exactly. I think that is, something. I think maybe we expected too much from Bill Callahan, that he was going to turn a sow's ear into a silk purse, and it just didn't happen because there wasn't a lot to work with there. Let's be honest here. There was not a lot to work with, especially that first year.
Terry, yesterday we had Jeff Fisher on, and we asked him why in 1996 was it important to take Eddie George at that position when they had other needs that were going on right then. He said they felt by drafting Eddie George could give Steve that backup, that help, that they could grow together, and it was a no-brainer. Fast forward 30 years, Jeremiah Love and Cam Ward. I fall in love with Love. I mean, a lot of us have. I mean, when Jeff's talking about that, Terry, yesterday, it made perfect sense. Does it make sense in 2026 for Jeremiah Love to be in Nashville?
It does. I'm starting to come around on it. At first I thought, well, wait a minute. In drafting a running back, which is kind of a luxury pick, given how many needs that they have, I thought it was like using the grocery money to buy a 70-inch TV. But I'm starting to come around on it for that reason, because I think, when you look at this roster, how many dynamic players, how many transformative, difference-making players do you really have on this team? You have one. That's Jeffrey Simmons. You have a couple of others like Cam Ward and Chimdike that you hope can get to that level. You've got a few guys that you hope can get there. You've got one. If you brought in Jeremiah Love and you feel like he's a transformative player, and I know running back has been devalued over the years, but you don't think Derrick Henry was a transformative player?
Right.
Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, those guys are transformative players. I think if you go back at the 2023 draft and you look where the Titans were, Joe Alt was off the board. They pivoted to J.C. Latham. You think if they had a do-over, they might have even though the line was in shambles, you think they might have considered Brock Bowers?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So I say take good football players. If Jeremiah Love is the guy, then, then go for it. Take him. And think about how many fun headlines and how many fun song puns we can use with his name. I mean, love is like oxygen.
Oh, yes. We've already coined the phrase the love train in here, and we'll play the music from the OJs too as well.
There you go.
He's no Bishop Sankey, and that's the problem.
There are not many songs that you can write about Bishop Sankey, Joe.
Yeah, I will never forget when they asked Wisenhunt about that, and he's like, "Well, we went to the senior day, it's whatever down in Mobile, and he was really good at picking up pass protection." And I was like, "What?" And
what does that even mean?
And there he was, Bishop Sankey. Awful.
Yeah, that was during a struggling time as well for this franchise. Most people have blotted that out of their memory. The drafts of 14, 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who was worse? Who was worse? Sean Green, Bishop Sankey, Deion Lewis. I mean, am I leaving out some just awful running backs that came through here?
Chris Henry.
Oh
Chris
my
Henry.
gosh.
That would be my vote. They spent a second-round pick on him. I think he might have run for 200 yards in his career.
I mean, he was built. I mean, he had the body, but he just didn't have the football IQ to do anything. Terrible.
Yeah, and that's kind of where this team is right now. They drafted too many guys that don't fit or guys that didn't work out, and that's why you see what you see here. You see guys that you wonder, okay, well, where does this guy fit? Why did you draft this guy, instead of that guy? And that's what you got to hope, that Borgonzi and his crew get this thing right this year, because that's really, you can mask it in free agency and supplement it in free agency, but you got to hit on draft picks. That's how you get back to being a contender.
He is Terry McCormick, Titan Insider and Main Street Media. Terry, appreciate the time as always.
All right. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry McCormick joining us here on the program. I just want to let you know, and I know you're going to be really excited about this, but I did one of those off-season simulations for the Titans that include free agency and cuts and draft and all that stuff.
Okay.
2:00, I'm going to see what you think about it.
As long as it's not a list, I'm good.
It is not a list. It's it's something that I've done. I was inspired by Dr. Crane and Jake, and so I wanted to do my own.
There's a trade in the National Football League that just happened, and Patrick Mahomes reacted with a post that said, "Damn."
All right, we'll talk about it coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. All right, so what is the trade that is that you're talking about?
So the LA Rams and Kansas City Chiefs have agreed to a trade that the Chiefs are sending all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to Los Angeles for a package of draft picks that includes the number 29 selection in the draft this year, according to Adam Schefter. McDuffie is entering his final season of his rookie deal, is expected to sign a long-term extension with the Rams. In April, the Chiefs exercised a fifth-year options contract, making his salary this year $13.6. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes was not happy with this. His reaction on social media, he simply wrote, "Damn," in a post to X. That's going on. Yeah, they get 4 picks back, but I mean, you're giving up a really, really good cornerback. So I would write "damn" too if I saw that.
Yeah. Well, what is it with Kansas City and wanting to trade these corners? I mean, obviously they did the right move by trading Snead. That worked out
sure as hell
for
did.
them, not for the Titans.
So yeah, they the Rams need capital. The Rams still have 1 first-round pick at 13 after trading back with the Falcons during the draft last year. The Rams have made 1 first-round pick since 2017. They took Jared Verse, 19th overall in 2024. That's 5 fewer first-round picks than the other team in the last 9 drafts that's going on there. But hey, you're winning. I mean, that Rams, you got Stafford, you draft well, you got Nakua out there, that defense kicks ass. So they know what they're doing there.
They do. So we'll see. I mean, this is where it's just kind of fun because the craziness starts Monday with the legal tampering, and we'll know 5 minutes after that starts, like, but so-and-so expects to sign with.
Now, here's how good a draft. 2022, the Chiefs drafted George Karlatis, running back Isaiah Pacheco, safety Brian Cook, linebacker Leo Chenal, and cornerback Jalen Watson and McDuffie. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 6 starters out of a 2022 draft class. 6 productive starters. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans don't have a single player. Am I correct? Left from the 22 draft. Is it Chig?
Chig.
All right.
Yep. Which sounds like he's probably going to be gone.
Right.
Also for Kansas City, they have the 13th overall pick from Atlanta. So you got to remember that too.
Oh, yeah.
So you're giving away your 29th, but you still have your 13th to play with.
Who did they trade to Atlanta to get 13?
I think it was for James Pierce. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Hearing from the back there. So,
but okay.
I don't know how they finagled that, but yeah, they traded up to get that.
Okay.
And it ended up, I think at the time was a futures pick. And so Atlanta ended up being bad. They ended up lucking into having a top 15 pick there.
Well, Chiefs won that because James Pierce might not play for a while.
It's true.
For a long while.
And maybe the Chiefs value maybe the Chiefs value the cornerback room as like the wide receiver rooms and the running back rooms in the NFL where you can use them as rentals. So then you can, with the way, like you just mentioned there, Joe, they have 6 valuable starters there. They could do the same thing and go back to the draft and find some more.
True. I mean, if he's going to sign a long-term deal, they probably will be on the hook for, 30, 35 million for a cornerback who they're going to start getting more and more money. They're not getting the receiver money, but they're catching up to what they're going to get. So, I mean, they're probably like, we don't want to be on the hook for 4-year, $140 million. We're good.
So ESPN has one of their free agent primers. TD's a part of this. It's not a list.
Okay.
It's just basically an article. But in this, it says, what are some of the best potential player team fits when it comes to free agents? Trey Hendrickson to the Colts.
Ouch.
Alec Pierce to the Titans.
Love it.
Malik Willis to the Dolphins.
Like we thought.
Yep. So that's kind of where they're at there.
I mean, are they really going to pay Malik Willis a minimum of $30 million?
Probably.
I mean, that
after
good for him.
Tua.
Good for him. That's fantastic. We talked about it. There's pitchers in baseball you never heard of who are making twice that or 40, 50 million. It's fine. But man, that is a lot to give for a guy who really hasn't done a whole heck of a lot in the National Football League.
I would agree. This is what TD says about so the Titans currently have the most cap space in the league. How can they use that to build around Cam Ward? TD says the main goal, the Titans should get more pass catchers for Ward, specifically a reliable slot receiver. I love the the comp he's about to use here. New offensive coordinator Brian Dable has featured slot receivers in the past, such as Cole Beasley with the Bills, and more recently Wan'Dale Robinson with the Giants. It would also benefit Ward if the Titans added to the offensive line at either guard or center after releasing Lloyd Cushenberry. And then Kevin Zeitler is a free agent. Bringing Zeitler back makes sense because it would offer continuity to next to third-year right tackle J.C. Latham and help keep Ward upright.
It's a goal.
That's
That's the
from TD.
whole goal. Yeah. Keep him upright. I mean, that's the thing. But we've talked about this. Can they spend that money wisely?
I think so.
I hope so. And for Titans fans, I hope they can spend that money wisely. If not, man, you're in another mess again.
So they have under bold predictions. They're saying Mike Evans ends up staying in Tampa Bay, which I think happens too. I don't think that's that bold. I think he does that. The Jags will trade wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. during free agency. Doesn't say where, but they just say that. Quarterback Malik Willis will actually sign with the Cardinals, according to Jason Reed, who is a senior writer. And the Cowboys will sign Trey Hendrickson.
Oh, you'd love that, huh?
I would love that.
By the way, the Chicago Bears All-Pro center who retired yesterday.
Yeah. He's 27.
He's 5 years. He played 4 seasons in Atlanta, 1 in Chicago. Excellent center. Drew Dahlman. And he's retiring, 27. I
will never
I think we see more of this.
Yep. My thing is I'll never argue against a guy that probably woke up one day, looked at his kids and said, I want to be able to see them grow up. Because we all know it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
Especially in the offensive line. So I'm never going to fault a guy, you know. I mean, he probably made good money. And as long as he takes care of it, he'll be fine the rest of his life.
Yeah, just at 27. I mean, you know, it's like when Patrick Willis retired from the 49ers. Yeah. I'm like, why, man? He was at the top. And another couple of years left to play, but he, you know, great for him, made the Hall of Fame and runs like some computer software company in the coast. I mean, making afford so good. Just go be happy, man. But very rarely do you see somebody retire that soon, especially that good when they're in the prime right now. There's another guy that lives here that retired from football. He's a songwriter. You know what I'm talking about? Mike Reed. You ever heard of this guy?
Name sounds
familiar. Mike
familiar.
Reed is a celebrated American singer-songwriter, former NFL All-Pro defensive lineman for the Bengals from 70 to 74. He retired from football, moved to Nashville, and wrote Grammy-winning hits "Stranger in My House" and wrote "I Can't Make You Love Me" by Bonnie Raitt. He's a Hall of Fame member. He played at Penn State, one of the most accomplished musicians of all time, and he walked away at 27 as well.
Wow.
On top of the world.
Again, I'm not going to fault anyone for doing that. You know, if they feel like that it's going to be better for them and their family, that they go ahead and do that.
Yeah, right. I mean, go be happy, man.
Coming up at 2:00, I will take you through my free agent predictions and the draft. My first simulation, first time doing this. We did the draft simulator last year, but I actually had a free agent this year. It's kind of fun.
Were you nervous doing it?
I was nervous. We'll see what Big Joe has to say about it, and you as well. But coming up next, Max Herz is going to hang out with us for a couple of segments. The Predators have started making some trades. We'll talk to him about that and what all of it means. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. The Predators have started to make some trades ahead of the trade deadline, which is coming up on Friday. And to talk more about that and the rest of the season and the season to this point, we say hello to Max Herz, who, of course, you can hear on Preds Radio doing both play-by-play and pre and posts. And Max, I did not envy you last night having to call the game knowing that there were some moves being made and all of that, but you did a fine job as always. How you doing?
Sorry, Joe was messing with my mic.
He does.
No, I was turning it on.
He does,
I don't understand why you guys turn your mics off. That just drives me crazy.
Oh, that's like, if I can make that a rule, I would make it a rule.
No, I'd leave it on, man.
No, I hate having a live mic.
Do you really?
Using it. Oh yeah.
So
you bother me. I've never
because
really,
it's on.
Yeah, I've never really said that to you, but yeah. Oh yeah.
This is an intervention.
Well, I really don't give. No, I'm sorry. I can't multitask. Anyway,
No, I know.
Max,
I always turn mine
Hi,
on.
Joe.
We love Max.
So, I started the show on this because I think there are a lot of fans today that understand what Barry Trotz is doing and the Predators are doing. But, like, you've been around Mike McCarron and Cole Smith. These are two great guys and two guys that fit the persona of this team and have been here for several years. So I think it's okay if a fan wants to feel a little down today because of those guys. I mean, we heard Andrew Brunette last night and how down he was about it. Same time, I get it. These are expiring contracts. They can go help teams that are, battling for the playoffs and the Stanley Cup. That's good for them that they could go on a long run. So there's certainly two sides to it. But what was your reaction? You're obviously on the air when the news comes out that, we knew about McCarron being held out. The trade happens during the game. And then Cole Smith, it was a little weird, but then he ends up getting traded after the game.
Well, we knew shortly before the game was getting going that one of them was not going to play. And then warm-ups happen, and neither of them are on the ice.
Right.
And my first thought was, did a team make the smart move of acquiring these guys together?
Right.
Because that would have been a great play.
Yeah.
And I thought, to be honest with you, I thought a second-round pick for both of them together would have been a good return.
Sure.
They got a second-round pick for McCarron and a third-round pick for Smith. So my first thought was a team savvy enough pro scouting wise to go get these guys together and play them together on their fourth line and on their PK. And the two teams that they ended up going to, if they go to the Golden Knights together, they could play with Colton Sissons.
Yeah.
If they go to the Wild together, they could play with Yakov Trenin.
Right.
Like that would have been really smart. And that's not what happened. But that was my first thought. And it was a really tough situation for the Preds. You got to play a player short, and you lose two guys who they're not your goal scorers, but they do literally everything else. They eat so many minutes. They play big minutes. They start in the D zone. They kill penalties, which has been by far the shining light of the Preds team the last two seasons is the penalty kill. And beyond those things you can quantify, like these are guys who matter in the room.
Yep.
McCarron is a vocal leader. Smith has his moments with that as well. They're the fourth and fifth longest tenured players on the team behind your three franchise guys, Yossi, Forsberg, and Saros. It matters. It all matters. And there are parts of it you can quantify, including the return, which I think the trade return is very, very strong. But there are parts of it you can't quantify either, which is, man, that is demoralizing, especially for it to happen as a game is beginning.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you. And I mean, I just think it took the wind out of their sails, and they battled. I mean, they had a 2-1 lead at one point. And so, I mean, there certainly was some fight there, but I mean, the first period wasn't very good. And then, to kind of know that even though Cole's sitting there on the bench, he's not playing, because of the NHL roster rules. It was just a very odd thing. So that said, what is and I know we won't really know the answer to this probably until tomorrow. What does that mean moving forward? Because now you got some spots that have opened up for some young guys.
Yeah, well, this is a good part of it. You've gotten draft capital back in the future. You have future assets, and here they come. Come on down. Zach LaRue's already here. Matt Wood's already here. Fedor Svechkov, Reed Schaefer. If a defenseman gets traded, Ryan Ufko.
Yeah.
You get 15, 20 games
So
in the NHL the rest of the season.
You would go Ufco before Molendyke at this point?
Yeah, Molendike's not ready.
Okay.
He's also injured right now.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. I like Ufco. I've been, from what
He's
I've
had
heard.
a great year in the AHL.
Sure.
I think Molendyke is definitely the bigger prospect.
Yep.
But I think this is a chance to give Ufco a shot. If that only happens if I think either Perbix or Blankenberg gets traded away. But
yeah,
if they do, that's an easy call to me.
That's a interesting point there. Now, let me ask you this. Tell Preds fans why the team is not waving the white flag.
Well, the team is never going to quit.
Well, the franchise.
Well, we saw it 3 years ago in John Hines' last season. They traded away Matthias Ekholm, Mikhail Granlund, Nino Niederreiter. There were injuries at the end of the season. There were not veterans on that team down the stretch, and they still almost made the playoffs with Tomasino and Novak playing big minutes and guys like that playing well because they had good goaltending. So I think even if the Preds sell 2, 3, 4 more players, I think they can still compete for a playoff spot. Like, look at the teams they're chasing. I think they're as good as the Seattle Kraken. I don't think the Kraken are much better than the Preds. I think the Preds have better goaltending than the majority of the teams around them as well. So that's my answer.
Do you think so? You hope to keep like O'Reilly and the gang, right? Stamkos and Marshall Show, all those guys. You hope they're still here Friday?
I mean, it's not my job to hope anything, but I think if you get fair offers for those guys, you have signaled with the trades yesterday that you're not keeping the team together and that you're going to accept great offers. And that's what I've thought the entire time. It's great that the Preds are playing well. It's great that Barry Trotz has said we are not sold on picking a side in either direction.
Right.
Because the longer your team fights for it and the closer they get, the more you can say, no, we're not doing anything. And then they can come back with a better offer on the other side. Or there can be a bidding war for someone like Ryan O'Reilly, who I think 25 teams want right now.
Well, I was like, Chase said earlier, if they come to the Preds and say, look, we got 2 first-rounders, a third-rounder, and another prospect, I mean, you can't turn that down, right?
Yeah, I agree. And to me, that's the case for O'Reilly. If you need a return that is going to set the league on fire, but there could be a 10-team bidding war for Ryan O'Reilly with a full year left next year on his contract at a very reasonable salary for one of the most valuable players in the league and someone who is so good in your middle six for the playoffs and has done it all. The offer you said, I think is exactly what I'd want. I'd want 2 firsts. I'd want a 19 to 22-year-old prospect, and I'd want someone kind of in the middle range who can play center for me at least the rest of this season and hopefully longer.
I remember a long time ago, for you guys, there was a player named Darcy Hordichuk, right? One of my favorite players of all time. And the Preds had a bunch of trades, and I said, what's it like looking over to a guy that you know well and he's no longer there? He said, you just become numb to all of that. And I'm thinking the Preds players, they still got to go. Boston doesn't feel sorry for the Predators tomorrow night, right? You got to go out and play hockey.
Yeah,
and Boston went through it last year.
Right.
It's interesting for me now. I've been with the Preds for 4 years. That's why you turn your mic off, Joe, by the way.
I don't cough.
Okay. Well,
I show no weakness on this show.
Oh, don't call him weak. Damn.
No, I'm not calling him weak. I'm saying I show myself.
He's just saying I'm showing weakness.
Yeah, I guess.
I am.
I don't show it. Dr. Crane knows this all too well. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
What was the question?
About being weak. All right. That's the question.
No, you've been here 4 years.
Been here 4 years. So you know this happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I announced college sports before this, mostly for Vanderbilt baseball and other Vanderbilt teams. And, I guess now there are kind of trades in college sports, but then there weren't.
Right.
So this has been something that I've gotten to observe the last 4 years, and it's been interesting to watch as someone who's followed the NHL since I was in elementary school. And like, I appreciate everything that I get to witness with the team in a privileged position. And I always take it as a learning opportunity. And these players show each other so much love. And they're so human. They're so normal people. Like, I think hockey, as much as really any sport, I think out of the big four, I think hockey, they're the most human.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why that is. I think it's just kind of the culture of the sport, but it's tough. And I think about it through the eyes of somebody like Luke Evangelista, who, first of all, is now the 4th longest tenured Pred,
Good
even though
Lord.
he's 24 and 2 weeks old.
Right.
He debuted 3 years ago this week, and he's now the 4th longest tenured player on the team. Thinking about all the guys who he has seen come through, all the guys who were his great friends, like his crew of friends, was Tommy Novak, Kiefer Sherwood, Mark Jankowski, all gone. Now he's really great friends with Nick Blankenberg. Blankenberg could get traded this week,
Right.
you know? And he's a young guy still. It's just like, you just get hardened to it, I'm sure. So
do you think that the culture thing's because at 14 or 15, they leave home? You know, if a good hockey player leaves home, right, and they go live with another family, I forget there's a name for it, and then they grow up fast, they grow up quick, they learn to rely on people that they normally, if you and I go to college, we're 18, 19 years old, but they got to grow up pretty quick.
yeah, I think it's a respect thing, and I think that's one of the many levels to it. Like, you respect the people who take care of you, you respect the people who came before you in the game, and also you understand that even if you're the best player on your team, you can't go out and win the game. The goalie can, but the goalie needs everybody else in front of him in order to be able to do that.
Good point.
There are so few individual moments. I think that's where it comes from, and we're fortunate that trickles to respect to the fans, respect to people like me, who they owe absolutely nothing to, who are around them every day, and respect to people like the athletic trainers and the equipment, who they do owe a lot to, and make sure that they can perform their best. But yeah, I think it just pervades the sport of hockey. And it makes the trade deadline a tough time, but I think it can be a happy, like, lovingly emotional time for guys too, to really open up and be human about it. And that's when I take the opportunity to try and show, me personally. So
He is Max Herz.
Joe just
with
turned
us.
his mic off and back on, by the
He
way.
did.
Because I have the worst posture and I'm fat, so when I sit up, I hit the mic. I make a lot of noise, so it's easier if I just turn that off like that. But I'm
Yeah,
back.
thanks.
That seems like a sign of weakness to me.
It's a sign of respect, like you were just talking about. And what's the name when they go live with
Billet family.
See, I know hockey, and Chase says I don't. Billet family. Thank you.
Who's the head hockey coach at Riverdale High School?
Mark O'Meara. Right? Look, buddy. If you say a name with conviction and it's false, people who don't know. I learned that from Nate Bargatze.
I thought you were going to say the third Kreisky twin, the ice ski twin.
We'll have more with Max coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game.
All right, hi guys, Big Joe here again. Listen, as we say every day, we spend a lot of time on the show talking about mental health for men, and our whole goal is to get you better, back to the life that you deserve to live. And again, all the questions we get all the time is like, I don't know where to begin, I don't know where to start to go to therapy. We got you covered. UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. Go to that website, click on it, and all the information you need is right there for you. It's laid out so perfectly that all the questions are right there on the front page, and everything you need to know is answered for you right there. Listen, they got telehealth, which is wonderful. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential. They're based right here in Middle Tennessee, and their only goal is to get you better. Caring professionals who care about you and want you to get better. UnityCares.com is the website. We say all the time that somebody in your family might notice you're not feeling right or a little off here and there. They could be the one to sit you down and say, hey, we need to go to therapy, and embrace that, because it is a wonderful thing, and go to therapy. Again, UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. It's all laid out for you right there. And listen, we love you guys so much. We say all the time that our world is a much better place because you are here. We think you're awesome, and we love you guys, and we need you here. UnityCares.com has everything for you right now. And again, the main goal is to get you back healthy. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. We said that again. You don't have to go through any of this alone. We need you here. UnityCares.com. That's UnityCares.com.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday, continuing with Max Herz from Preds Radio. The trade deadline, was it 3 o'clock Central Time Friday? Does that sound right?
3 Eastern.
2
2
o'clock
here.
Central Time. All right, so Big Joe will do the full breakdown. Actually, no, you won't be here Friday.
I'll call in. I'll do the 12
you'll call
to 1.
in, do the breakdown.
Zoom from the road.
So if we're kind of watching of maybe some candidates, if Barry Trotz wants to do more, which I would assume he will. Obviously, Ryan O'Reilly's name is out there with 2 years left at $4.5 million. Mike Bunting is going to be an unrestricted free agent. That was something that Barry brought up last year when he acquired him, that, you know, he could see where they're at this point this year and potentially move him. He's at 4.5. I think he's somebody that could be moved. Eric Holla is another one who was acquired in the offseason. He has an expiring contract, and then Tyson Jost, that's the forwards. And then you mentioned Nick Blankenberg, who has a very team-friendly contract with
Blankenberg's league minimum.
Yeah. And then Nick Perbix would have a year left after this year at 2.75. So those are certainly some names to watch. over the course of the next few days, we'll see what happens. But I think what I'm more interested in, Max, is watching the young guys that come up. And then also, if you look ahead to the offseason, one thing I look at is the buyouts. Matt Duchene's number comes way down after this year. You still have a couple more years of Turris at $2 million, but Duchene goes from 6.55 to 1.55 when the league year changes. That's going to allow the new GM to have a little more wiggle room with a cap that's going to go up too.
Yeah, I don't think cap space is going to be a big issue. I honestly don't think it was an issue at any point
No,
this season
I
or
don't
last offseason either. So I think they're in good shape with that. I think Bunting and Holla, of the names you said, are the most likely to be traded. If you can get a second and a third for McCarron and Smith, I think you can get comparable, if not better, for those two guys. And if you're willing to part with your heart and soul homegrown type players, and McCarron is not homegrown, but in a sense,
yeah,
he is homegrown, then you're definitely willing to part with those guys.
Yeah.
And I think they both had exceptional seasons. I think Bunting and Holla both have really high values right now. I think Bunting, if the Preds don't trade Bunting, I'd want to extend him immediately. And I felt the same way about McCarron and also Smith. But look, you're clearing spots right now, so I got no problem with that either. Yeah, I think Bunting's had an amazing season. I think he'll be a really good playoff performer. He's not somebody who's played a ton in the playoffs. He was on the Leafs, and we all know the deal with the Leafs in the playoffs. That's when he's been there before. I think he's a really good middle six winger. I think he's a power play guy. He does really great on the Preds second unit. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the first unit. I don't think he could get on the first unit for the type of team that would be trading for him.
Yeah.
But I would be in favor of that. And Holla, the Olympics opened a lot of eyes outside of Nashville to him. He was so good, two-way guy, really valuable center, going up against the best guys on the other teams, on these Olympic teams. He's doing what he's done on the Preds all year. He's been an exceptional pickup for the Preds. They gave up a 4th-round pick for him over the summer. He's someone who's played for 7 different teams. He's been on the Preds twice over. I just think his value is so strong right now. He may be playing the best hockey that he's played in 10 years.
I agree. My question with him, though, is if you can't get a really good offer for him, would you consider, because of the lack of center depth that you have, maybe re-upping him for a year?
I guess. I
mean, you can probably, if you end up keeping him, you can talk about that in the offseason. But I mean, I look at that position. I mean, they just don't have a lot of center depth.
Yeah, and the thing that I don't have a sense for is if there's any chance the guys who they trade away could come back on 1 year's next year. I would say probably not, just because that doesn't happen as much as people say. Oh, he could come back. He's just
not like it used to. I feel like it used to
Yeah.
happen more.
Yeah.
But I thought about that too, especially with McCarron, because I know how much he loved it here. I think what could determine that is how do some of these young guys play? If whoever comes up, if they feel like, okay, these guys aren't quite there yet, then maybe you look at that. Or if they are, then you fill that spot. Is Jochen Kimmel somebody that you think we see? I mean, we've seen him for what?
I would like to. Yeah, he's never gotten an extended run, and he had that unbelievable roster-making moment at the end of preseason where he hit Andrei Svechnikov, drew a penalty, scored the overtime winner after taking that penalty. And it's like, my God, here he is.
Right.
And then he played 2 of the first 4 games or whatever it was, and we haven't seen him since. So, yeah. Kimmel, Schaefer, Svechkov. Who am I forgetting? Anybody?
Is that Edstrom probably needs more time?
I don't think it's time yet.
Yeah.
I think he's had a solid season.
Yeah.
But no, I think if
Ryder
they
Rolston?
need us, I don't think so. I think if they need another center, I think it would be Jake Lucchini to come up and be an experienced guy.
And then they could bring Brady Martin back after his junior season's over, right?
I think so.
Which would be a while.
Yeah. So. The Greyhounds have already clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah.
With head coach Terry Crisp up in the Sioux 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Max Herz is with us here on the program.
Hey, Max. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey. So I thought that was a caller. I forgot you were.
Oh, it's all right. You're the best. Hey, listen, if they don't make any more trades, I mean, you feel this hockey team has just a good shot to make the playoffs than anybody else, right? I mean, if they stand pat as is right now.
I don't think that's in play.
You think there's more to happen?
They sold 2 important people. I think it would be ill-advised to not sell more after
Really?
doing what they did. Oh, yeah.
So I told Chase earlier, potential used to be the worst word in sports. Now it's rebuilding. If this happens, how do you explain that it's not a rebuild when it is a rebuild?
I think it is a rebuild.
Yeah, people don't want to hear that. And that's not a good marketing phrase. Nobody wants to hear a rebuild. How do you market this to the fan base beyond rebuilding?
They're doing what they should be doing.
I mean, he's right. Like
I know, but we don't want to hear rebuilding.
You got to pick a side at the deadline. If you're going for the cup, you go up. If you're not going for the cup, you go down.
So that needs to be the message. Like we have done this because we're hopes of getting better down the stretch. Listen, here's the deal. I'm not an insider like y'all because I don't care that much, but I love the hockey team. I love the hockey as a fan. I'm the only real true fan here. You guys are all great insight. I'm the fan. Explain this to me, how this helps me be a fan 2 to 3 years from now.
How this helps you be a fan.
Yeah. How do I stay invested in this hockey team?
I'm trying to think because can I think about it during the break?
Yeah.
I don't really think about it that way.
Well, I have there's a little news.
Can I do one more segment?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not going anywhere.
There's a little news that is a name Preds fans know. Congratulations to Kiefer Sherwood, who has signed a 5-year extension with the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, I didn't realize he hadn't scored a goal for them until last night. And then that goal got him $30 million.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
But yeah,
he's a good player. Right? Solid guy.
That contract, you could say the Preds should have given him a contract 2 summers ago. They definitely weren't going to give him that contract.
No, they were not.
Preds also still have not played the Sharks this season, so we're going to play them 3 times in the last month of the year.
That's wow. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, there you go. We'll have more with Max Herz coming up here in just a few minutes. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. All right, I've been telling you about NASCAR at Talladega, the Jack Links 500 weekend. 1-877 go to Dega or TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. That's where you need to go to get your tickets now to the Jack Links 500 weekend. And also be sure to add that Talladega garage experience as well. It's the most immersive in NASCAR. 877 go to Dega. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Max Herz in the studio with us from Preds Radio with the deadline coming up on Friday. Kevin Weeks putting out there that teams showing a lot of interest in Eric Holla that are going to miss on O'Reilly and Trocheck. Take that for what you will. All right, Joe, you were asking Max a question.
If they trade Eric Holla and the Preds socials don't put out a tweet that says "Holla at your boy,"
well, that's what we did when he got here. We hollered at our boy.
Okay, all right.
Well, when he was on the Devils, so they're one of the teams with individual goal songs, which sounds good in theory, but it's not as good as it sounds. But because like nobody knows what to cheer. Like,
sure,
it's not like our works the same every time.
Yeah.
But Holla's was "Holla, get your freak on." Which is
nice,
because he scored against us last year.
That. Oh, well, that's pretty good. All right, so I hate the world rebuilding. If they do this fire sale, which it seems that might happen, convince me how this is good.
I think, especially with the fact that they're going to be hiring a new GM in a sense that the franchise has never done before. Even if they take one of the internal candidates, and in my mind, that person would be Scott Nickel, former Preds player who's an assistant GM right now, would be the internal candidate that fits this bill the best. I think they're going to hire someone that is forward thinking, that is different than what the Preds have had before. Not that they're not forward thinking right now, but I think it will be a different progression than what the Predators have ever had. And the more that you get now, the richer the money in the bank for that person to be able to get to their plan sooner.
Okay.
And that can mean things begin as soon as next year.
Sure.
There's a chance that person comes in, they evaluate some of the valuable prospects the Preds have and say, not interested, trade this guy, let's get a 30-year-old for him. You know? And I think if you can package somebody with the second round pick in 2028, which is 3 drafts from now, that you got from Michael McCarron last night, and potentially similar picks that you'll get later this week, if you make more trades, you can start to get some firepower going.
I know they got a point in Dallas Saturday. Had they won that game and then won Monday, would that trade have happened last night?
It's a good question. Obviously, I don't know, but I think yes, or later in the week.
Okay.
But yeah, Dallas, they really should have won that game. I was not impressed with their effort on Monday against the Red Wings. They could have played much better in that game. And then yesterday, I mean, the trade before the game, you're finishing the game with 9 forwards. Like,
yeah,
that they had no chance to win that game.
So,
ouch.
One thing that people keep bringing up, and I want to ask this in a respectful and delicate way, because we both work for the team in certain aspects. People keep bringing up Barry Trotz is the outgoing GM. And so I don't think it's in a bad way, but it's in a question of, well, why is he the one running the trade deadline? Who else would run the trade deadline? Bill Haslam? Like, I mean, how do they go about that? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's not me. Actually, that'd be fun. Kyle Dubas gets a call from a number he doesn't have. It's like, hey, this is the new Preds GM. Like, let's.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll give you Ryan O'Reilly give me 4 first-round picks and 2 prospects.
It's like was it the Falcons GM's kid who was like prank calling draft picks or whatever?
Defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah,
it was a coach's kid.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That would basically be what I was doing. I think the way that Bill Haslam articulated it when they announced Barry Trotz's planned retirement put me at ease about it. That
me too.
Normally, this is a situation where you would have that concern, but knowing Barry Trotz, this is the type of delicate human situation where he thrives because he takes care of his own.
Yep.
And he is both respectful and realistic of that. And I think those moves last night showed it. Like,
I agree.
Even though we got a game going on, the coach in Barry Trotz, like, he took Andrew Brunette's cards away from him while they were coming out for a game in a pivotal week.
Yep.
But he got very good value with the GM hat on for 2 rental player trades.
Yep. He did what was best for the future of the franchise.
Yeah, and it was
and the players and those 2 players. I mean, he took care of those guys too. I think you put McCarron.
I think the Wild could easily be in the Cup final.
Well, when did Mike McCarron start to get everybody's attention? When John Hines was his head coach. So he's going to go to a situation that he's familiar with. Vegas is a buzzsaw that could use more players like Cole Smith. Colton Sissons is there. So think he took care of those guys from that sense. And he's going to, I think, continue to do the same with whatever, moves he makes before Friday. But
yeah, those are 2 teams that players would want to go to.
Yeah.
So I think that point's well taken. The other thing that really drove this home for me with the Barry Trotz part of it is Elliot Friedman on his podcast basically said the exact same thing I just said.
Right.
That, and like, this is like, we love Elliot. Like, we hear him on the radio here. We know he's a nice guy, but he's a critic. Like, it's his job to be a critic of GMs and decision-making and coaches and players and the entire NHL. And he is the lead voice of the NHL in all of those things. And for him to say, Barry Trotz is the guy who I trust to do this fairly and smartly. And look, we saw David Poile do it too 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He unselfishly put the Preds' future in a better place, even though it was his last kick at the can to get his name on the Stanley Cup.
Right. Yeah. And look, I think the moves that they made, and Barry Trotz had some influence in that too, because, he had already come back as an advisor and they worked very well together. But I think that what people need to realize is Barry Trotz loves this franchise. This is the franchise that took a chance on him as a young head coach, took a chance on him again as a general manager, and he's going to leave it, better than he found it. I mean, that's how he wants to look at it. And we can sit here and, there were people earlier that were texting in of like, well, why? I mean, it'll be forever before we see that draft pick. If it's 2028, I look at it as currency.
The odds of the Preds using that pick are 30%.
Right. They're going to use it as currency.
Look at the Jeannot trade. They used, I think, 2 of the 5.
Yeah.
They ended up trading other ones, and some of them they just moved up 3 spots.
Right. So it's currency. They can use it to get better now. And I thought what you said about, if the incoming GM comes in and looks and goes, all right, well, I can turn this into that. And
what if the incoming GM doesn't like Tanner Molendyk as a prospect?
Yeah.
You can get a good return for someone like that.
Sure.
Like, you could trade Molendyk in a 2028 second for someone who could be your second or third center next year.
It's apples and oranges, but look at what Mike Borgonzi with the Titans has done with some players that were just drafted 2 years ago that he's trading them off. It's because he doesn't think they fit what he's trying to do.
The cleaner slate you can give an incoming person, the better.
100%. So the rest of the week, we'll see. Ryan O'Reilly, I think we'll find out more tomorrow, is what I understand from what Andrew Burnett said last night and the statement. But he's
about his injury.
About his injury. Yeah, that's what I mean. So hopefully he's okay and can.
Yeah, the team did put out a statement. O'Reilly was able to come back with the Preds as a normal civilian. It was just because the injury was so late in the game that there wasn't a formal up, but he is okay.
Did you carry his bags for him like a good boy?
I always offer.
Okay, good.
But I can't carry Hal's and his.
Yeah, right. No,
sorry, Mr. Gills. I can't carry Mr. Gills.
Can I ask a question?
And Mr. Uncle Factors. Yes.
Was the 2 guys who got traded on the flight back?
McCarron was. Smith went straight to where the Knights are playing tonight, which I believe is Detroit.
Wow.
Since we were closer to there. Yeah. McCarron will not play for the Wild until Friday. They played last night. They don't play again until Friday, and they play in Las Vegas against Cole Smith and the Golden Knights.
I'm glad you asked that because I always wondered how that worked.
Yeah.
Right. Like, do they just go, like, put them on a Southwest flight and get them out of here?
No, that's the Titans. They do that. When
well, I mean, they will be on commercial flights. Like,
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Was the body language odd from McCarron? I mean, with everybody. I mean,
no, it was loving. Yeah, it was loving. The only other time I've experienced that was when Tanner Jeannot got traded 3 years ago, and that was also right before a game.
Yeah,
and it's super emotional. And that's what I was saying during the first segment when I was on with you guys, just about like everything that I that I get to be a part of, I don't take for granted, and I observe and I learn from it, and I'm honored to be there. And the fact that the players like know who I am, even like
Yeah.
they don't owe me anything. Like it's very nice that I'm
get
able
it.
to have personal relationships with them. And I don't take it for granted. So yeah, and the players love each other. Like they're not robots.
Yeah, they're
it's-
human.
Yeah, it's such a raw human game because you're going to war out there. I mean, you don't know, the slap shot's coming. You're not sure who's going to block it, and you're happier if it's you blocking it. Like that's why the hockey guys get so close.
Yeah,
Especially if you've won together. That's what really seals it.
sure.
But everybody who's played together, like I think a thing that the NHL, this is just a thought I've had. This has nothing to do with the Preds or the trade deadline. The NHL needs to do a better job of letting fans see that the players are all friends. Because on the ice, nobody's friends. Like in baseball, like when somebody gets to first base, they pat the first baseman on the butt. First baseman pats them on the butt. They tap the catcher with their bat when they get up. In the NBA, the players are holding hands the entire game. Like you can tell those guys are all friends.
Sure.
They're sitting together like post game. They literally just stand there and talk for an hour on the court, which is awesome. And then the NFL, you see it after a game too.
Jersey swaps.
Yeah, jersey swaps. Yeah, like hockey, we don't get to see those human moments,
Right.
except for like all-star games, which do a better job of that. Like they don't have helmets on, like things like that. Like almost every player in the league is friends with each other. And that's what makes those moments, I think, more positive emotionally in my eyes.
He is Max Herz. You can hear him tomorrow. He'll have pregame coverage for you starting at 6:00. And then also on most road games is on the call with Hal Gill. Max, good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I am up in Ryan Porth's offline fantasy baseball draft.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, go make a good pick.
Oh,
Take
can you
calls.
come back from this segment and tell us all about that? We'd love that. I mean, I would.
Dr. Crane would.
Yeah, and Joe would love because it's partially a list.
I love lists. If you get any kind of list, like a shopping list, grocery list, any kind
Especially
of
if they're
list,
from the Athletic.
I love
Did you know Joe Rexroad works for the
Can I
Athletic?
do one more segment and just talk about random crap with you guys, or do you have
Why
plans?
not?
Okay.
I
was
love
last Saturday.
a member of the subscribe to the Athletic. It's the best 93 cents a month I spend. To the
What about
Is that
the,
Joe's salary?
what about the unathletic?
That's free. I founded that. I love
Oh,
that. We got
that's
great
true.
writers.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I have
got one.
Did the Washington Post buy the Unathletic?
I tried to. Bezos tried to. I said unacceptable.
No,
Unacceptable.
the Nashville Banner did actually.
We do a co-op with them.
Yeah.
It's an intern program.
Well, who knows what's going to happen next? It's
You
Chasing
can't
Big
get
Joe.
rid of me.
I know. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Tennessee Brew Works is the official football offseason sponsor here at 102.5 The Game. Raise a glass with Tennessee Brew Works, proud partner and official craft beer of the football offseason here on 102.5 The Game. Chase McCabe, Big Joe Dubin, Max Herz, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier hanging out with you on this Wednesday, and our show is presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, where we will be tomorrow. And Bar Lines has happy hour now, so go check that out.
Absolutely. There we go. That's why the mic needs to be on. Damn it.
He just proved his
not
point, didn't he?
swear?
4 to 6, happy hour, Bar Lines.
Can
Come on
you not
down.
swear?
No, I cannot.
My 3-year-old cat listens to this show.
Come on down to Bar Lines.
Just kidding. I don't have a cat.
Look, are you do you know the Peaky Blinders Netflix series? You watch that?
I've never watched it. I know it's a television show.
Well, the Roxy 8 Theater in Dixon, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York City, and Dixon have the
For the
screening
movie?
tomorrow night for the movie. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow. That's
Are they
cool.
getting it early?
Only 4 cities get it
Wow.
early. Those 4. And the Roxy 8 in Dixon has the Peaky Blinders tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Do Willie Donick and Lindsay Rowley know about this?
Oh, yeah, they love that show.
They're big
don't they?
fans.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, they're busy tomorrow night.
Lindsay's
Yeah.
not busy. Her and I are hanging out.
Is
Oh, no, wait,
not
we
a
have a
net-
game.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're busy tomorrow.
Yeah. So go see Peaky Blinders at the Roxy 8 tomorrow night. It's a beautiful theater. We have a partnership with them here at 102.5 The Game. We love Belinda and the gang at the Roxy. So tomorrow night, Dr. Crane will take you out there and wait in the parking lot and pick you up.
That's so nice of him.
That's what he does.
I charge, by the way. So
Yeah,
it's not a free
yeah.
ride.
It's not free, pal. He charges. Roxy 8 Theater tomorrow night. Peaky
You know,
Blinders.
you could combine things. You could, like, while you're waiting, you can make pizzas and sell pizzas and then, pick people up. That's actually not a bad idea.
This Dr. Crane character, who everybody hears so much about on the show, I don't even know if he's a real person, but he keeps telling me about these meatball subs. He's been telling me for like 3 years. He's never made me one.
You're never here. Like
I'm here
true.
right now.
Well,
You
didn't know
produce
you
the
were-
show.
didn't know you're coming in today, bud.
You didn't
Sorry.
know you were going to be here.
It's your job to know when I'm here.
I watch this.
That's called stalking. I'm gonna pass.
It is. I watched this dude at a flea market, Creve Hall, right? Turn out about 1,000 pizzas one afternoon. It was 1,000 degrees too.
I
82.
saw him in Key West, like, go into the kitchen and turn them out. That
Yeah.
was awesome. And they
He
were great,
had
too.
the staff eating out the palm of his hand. They had no idea that
Did
he
you
could
run out of plates?
cook a pizza that well.
Listen to this text we just got. Skylar says, "The Roxy was my first job when I was 16. Miss Belinda is super nice."
See? Peaky Blinders tomorrow
go.
night. She put Dixon, Tennessee on the map with Vegas, Los Angeles, and New York City. I can't tell you what that show's about, but she told me that she's already sold tickets to people from all the surrounding states are coming tomorrow night.
So you're not going tomorrow?
I'm not. JoJo will be on the road.
Oh, that's right.
Joe, who's the head football coach at Creekwood High School in Dixon County?
That'd be one Matt Richetti.
I don't know who it is right
Yeah,
now.
neither do I. But again, say it like you mean it, and I have no idea.
I think Richetti is Mount Juliet.
He is at Mount Juliet.
So are the Panthers going to trade Bob?
It seems like it.
They just signed Louis Domingue, which I don't really
Spicy pork and broccoli.
know. Yeah, what that really does. but-
Right. I know what that means.
You don't remember that, Joe?
No, no.
You would. You actually would remember this. In the playoffs, hockey playoffs, 2-3 years ago, there was a triple overtime game, and the Penguins goalie had like a groin problem or something and had to come out in the second overtime. And this guy, Louis Domingue, went in, who was their AHL goalie. And they asked him in the interview after the game, like, what was it like sitting there for 5 hours and then finally going in? And someone said, "Did you eat anything? Like, had you eaten since like noon?"
Right.
And he goes, "Yeah, they brought us Chinese food." And he like the question was, "What did you have?" And he goes, "Spicy pork and broccoli, not the best." And it was so funny.
Oh, nice.
And he's played like 2 NHL games since then.
Oh, did they win?
They did win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not going out in that environment. I'm not going out with a hurt groin.
It was like actually really weird. It almost looked like he was faking it, but it was like really serious, and he didn't play again until midway through the next season.
For a groin injury? Good Lord.
It was multiple things. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, their starting goalie was hurt. Do you remember this with the Penguins? Penguins Rangers? It was at Madison Square Garden, and they like just got Chinese food somewhere.
Oh
random,
yeah. I
and
think
somebody went and got it.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
Yeah, just
And
not
just
not
set
the best.
Well, you know, your hero, Jay Cutler, got a lot. Remember when the Bears went to the NFC Championship in 2010 and he didn't play? He got a lot of people like, why are you playing? Get back in there. And I forget what the injury was, but he couldn't like lift his shoulder to throw the ball. But they were mad because he showed no emotion on the sideline. He just kind of sitting there. Nobody knew what was wrong.
Were they expecting Jay Cutler to suddenly have emotions?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I agree
Isn't
with
he
you.
famous for not?
Zero.
Yeah.
How's
We
he
used to
doing,
do
by
a
the way?
segment.
I've met him one time.
Oh,
I handed his kid a T-shirt at a Vanderbilt basketball game, and he said, "Thank you." It's a great interaction.
Met him twice, and the second time he hid behind a tree, so he didn't have to do an interview. True story.
Pretty good, huh? Hid behind a tree.
Was it one of the trees from Bad Bunny that was a person?
No, it was an actual tree.
This
He
segment
saw
has
me-
really lived up to the
He
billing.
saw me coming and literally dives behind a tree, and like he's peeking out, and I'm like,
and that's how he got injured in the NFC Championship
Probably.
game.
Yeah, by hiding from people.
What else should we talk about in the next 30 seconds?
some. I mean, you
Peaky
wanna
Blinders?
plug tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, there's a hockey game at Bridgestone Arena, and we'd love to see you there.
Okay.
The Predators are playing the Boston
Can people
Bruins.
come see you if they want
if
to?
they have to?
I've told Chase this. Growing up in Nashville, knowing
Yeah,
if,
I love this. I love this thought.
if my grandpa knew that one day the Boston Bruins would be coming to Nashville, he'd have flipped out.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same way with the Packers, Cowboys, Blackhawks,
Rangers.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Growing up here, that was not anybody's idea. None of these teams were to come here, right? And now the fact that, and the Bruins only come once a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go tomorrow night.
So funny
Bobby
story.
Orr.
The first time I saw the Rangers play at Bridgestone Arena, my dad and I went to the game, and I was pumped because the Rangers had a player named Sean Avery, who was a word I can't say, but
Fashionista.
yes, something like
Canadian.
that. And he and Jordan Tutu had like this thing going on, this rivalry.
Oh, okay.
And so they end up kind of like jawing at each other, and you know the refs throw them both in the box 2 minutes for roughing. And my dad, where we were sitting, you could see the penalty boxes, and the whole time Jordan is just like chirping at him and like, I'm gonna get you, like as soon as we come out of this box, like this is happening. And this has been like a buildup, you know, over years of those two guys. Finally the doors open, they come out, and to Avery's credit, he dropped him. He and Jordan, like they moved to center ice. They went, Jordan beat his ass, and that was it. But I remember
That wasn't the Gretzky game, was it?
no.
Okay.
This was way after Gretzky.
All right.
But
There is so much swearing on this show.
I know we do.
As I tell people, the word ass is in the Bible.
It is. It's true. So is damn.
New Testament, by the way.
Thank
No,
you.
wait, and the Old Testament. I think. No, it's in the Old
I
Testament.
think hell and damn are in there too.
Right.
I think hell is definitely in there.
right.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, we are your theological show here. We
Yes, we
have
are.
we have the Catholic and the
Is
two
this 1021 the light?
and the,
Hey, there you go.
and the
think
two
I'm in
dumb
the wrong
Protestants
studio.
right here.
You might be. Max, we're going to move on to different things now, but thank you for coming in.
Thank you. I picked Trevor Rogers in the fantasy.
Okay,
baseball draft,
good.
by the
Well,
way.
we're happy for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we're gonna go
Um,
pick by pick coming up next on the Chase.
No, coming up next, we are 50 days from the NFL draft. And I have decided to jump on the bandwagon and simulate the offseason for the Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to let Big Joe decide if I did a good job or not. That is all next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe on 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chasing McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier behind the glass. Appreciate Max Herz for hanging out with us. Now getting back into the Titans, I decided, everybody else is kind of doing these, I guess, off-season simulations, and I love stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Let's go, man.
I went to stick to the model, which is what Dr. Crane and Jake have done on Next Man Up. And you take your team, and you go through cuts, you go through free agency, all that stuff. I didn't do trades in this one. I just did cuts, free agency, and the draft. So this is what I came up with. We'll start with, and you tell me what you think. And people can weigh in as well at 615-737-1025.
All right.
I made 2 cuts. Calvin Ridley has been released by GM saving $13.7 million.
Now, does that go back to the cap? Now the cap's $111 million?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will also cut L'Jarius Sneed. He will be a post-June 1 designation, saving $16 million.
All right.
Dr. Crane likes that.
Jeff's kiss.
Yes. Re-signings. Chigakonkwo, 3 years, $9.1 million a year.
Absolutely not.
9.1 million? That's pretty
3
good.
year, $27 million for a guy who's
under market value.
Well, good. It should be for him.
Yeah, I got him under market value to do that. What do you think?
That is a good deal. Anything under market value in the NFL is, what was that? Anything under market value is good. So I'm with you on that.
Okay.
All right.
Some of these guys were basically restricted free agents. So Bryce Oliver's back, CJ Ravenel's back. I brought Darrell Baker Jr. back on a 1-year, $1.6 million deal.
Okay, I'm all about that.
Under $2 million.
All right.
Jihad Ward, $5 million, 1 year. Brought him back. That's under market value.
Okay.
Now this is going to be, these 3 are going to be your favorite signings. Joey Sly, I'm bringing him back on a 2-year deal, 1.3 per. Johnny Hecker, 1.4. Morgan Cox, 1.4, both for 2 years. So I'm bringing back the special teams unit.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm good with that? All right, you don't care.
I do care, but punter, I don't care.
All right, now we get into free agency. My biggest deal at 4 years, $23.7 million a year, Wan'Dale Robinson joins the Titans.
Okay.
Market value.
Okay.
So
no Alec Pierce.
No Alec Pierce.
Okay.
I go Wan'Dale Robinson.
I'll take it.
All right. I bring in a 3-year deal, Cade Mays. Probably going to put him at guard because I'm also signing Tyler Lindenbaum to a 3-year deal at $13.2 million per.
So you got your center and guard.
Center and guard, rebuilt offensive line.
Did you get Cade Mays because he went to Tennessee?
No,
did he transfer to Georgia?
Yeah, I think he did, but I like Cade Mays. And he can play guard or center.
Okay.
So there you go. This may be a little more than I wanted to pay, but it's still under market value. 3-year deal for cornerback Alante Taylor, $9 million per year.
I like it. I think he's a heck of a player. I'm good with that.
I'm going to take a flyer on a 1-year deal at $5 million on Jeff Okudah, cornerback.
Where's he now?
He's with
I think it was with Minnesota.
Yeah. But he's a guy that hasn't quite panned out, but I'm willing to take a flyer.
I'm all about that.
Okay.
Maybe this is a second chance.
Need to address interior defensive line. So I'm going to do that on a 2-year deal, $10.9 million per on John Franklin Myers. Reunite him with Robert Saleh.
Okay.
And Jermaine Johnson. So going to put him there in the middle. And then edge rusher, I did this towards the end. I was kind of playing with this idea. Clavion Chason, 2-year deal, $12 million.
So 24,
yeah.
220. Where's he now?
Chargers,
New England.
New England.
Yeah,
he was with New England last
Okay.
year. So he can help you on the outside.
All right. So 3 out of 4 new interior guys. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. And I still, after the draft and free agency, still have $14 million in cap space.
Okay.
According to this. Now we go to the draft. At pick number 4, the Tennessee Titans select From Notre Dame, running back Jeremiah Love.
Good job, buddy.
Why not?
Miss Amy likes that.
Why not? Titans are next up to pick at 35. However, I trade back to 43, add some draft picks. I take wide receiver Chris Bell out of Louisville with the second pick.
Okay.
Because of moving around, I end up with a third rounder, and I take cornerback Keontae Scott from Miami of Florida. So I've addressed running back, receiver, and corner with my first 3 picks. Also at pick 77, I take Romello Height, edge rusher out of Texas Tech.
Okay. All right.
You don't like that?
No, I'm just piecing this together. So Love, the receiver out of Louisville, and this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
And a corner out of Miami.
And a corner out of Miami.
Yep. So I've addressed some needs,
Okay.
With that.
But you filled 2 needs in free agency at cornerback.
I did, but you need a lot. I've cut Snead. You needed to do a lot with corner.
Need a healthy rotation.
Yeah. In the 4th, now we're kind of getting to the point where I haven't done a ton of research, so I don't know a ton of these guys. I just kind of went by need. Trey Zune the third from Texas A&M. He's a tackle, offensive tackle. So I address O-line. I had 3 4th-round picks. I broke a rule at 116, but I took a defensive lineman from Alabama. I didn't go O-line from Alabama. I just went D-line.
Good.
Tim Keenan the third. Went with him to help with interior there. Inside linebacker, Lander Barton from Utah.
Is that Cody's brother?
I don't know.
I think it is.
It may be. Little depth there. In the 5th round, I stay with Utah and go tight end Talon Bentley to add some depth there.
You spend a lot of time up there. You want to be Mormon?
I
don't know what's going on, man.
The 6th round pick, I go with receiver Jazon Stribling from Ole Miss.
Okay, he's not bad.
Get some depth.
At 6th round?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
And then
so you've taken 2 receivers now.
Yep.
All right.
And then my final pick in the 7th round, offensive guard from the University of Miami, Inez Cooper.
So you got a couple Miami guys in there.
Yep.
All right. I like I see the 7th rounder. I'm always torn between take a flyer on a guy or get a guy who's been on a really good program. And that guy has been a really good Miami Hurricane football program.
Yeah. So this is what we'll do this next. I'll give you the depth chart of how everything shakes out.
Does it give you like an AI like expected record of your team?
It gave me an off-season grade of an A.
Of course it did.
So
it's your list, man.
But yes, we can actually simulate what it would look like.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do that coming up next. What do you think? 615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday, having some fun with a off-season simulation for the Tennessee Titans. So this is how they'd line up according to the depth chart. Now, I didn't cut Tony Pollard, so I still have Tony Pollard. So I would keep and I didn't do trades, so keep that in mind that I would probably try to trade Will Levis.
Okay. All right.
I didn't sign a backup quarterback because of that, but so that's something to consider. And I would try and do something with Tajay Spears. But Tony Pollard, Jeremiah Love would be a 1-2 punch at running back for 1 year.
Yeah, we talk about that. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Receivers, Alec Iomanner, Wandale Robinson, Chim DK, the starters right now. Chris Bell, I have him, obviously. And then we'll see what the rest look like when it comes to the depth chart.
So we're saying goodbye to Restrepo.
He's on here right now.
Oh, okay, good.
But we'll see.
Good.
We'll see. Chigakonkwo, Gunnar Helm, and then the guy I just drafted. Offensive line. Tell me if you feel better about this. Dan Moore Jr., Peter Skoronski, Tyler Lindenbaum, Cade Mays, J.C. Latham.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I do. Being that Latham can kind of keep the progress going a little bit more. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 5 linemen. All right.
Yep. And then you got Zune and Cooper, Slater as all your backups that can slide in. On defense, going to a 4-3. Your defensive line is Chason, Franklin Myers, and then potentially Keenan, Jeff Simmons. But I would say Height could slide in there. Jermaine Johnson is obviously going to be on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of pieces to work with there on that. Ward, Barton, and then either Harrell or Oladejo as your linebackers.
Oh, Eric Gray gone.
Oh, Gray. Yeah, Gray's in there. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Gray would be a starter. Corners, Alante Taylor, and then Daryl Baker. Marcus Harris is back, could be your nickel.
Okay.
And then you have Akuda, and then guys you drafted as well.
Akuda Matata.
And then Winston and Hooker as the safeties.
Okay. That's okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with Taylor at corner. You need a guy who's going to kind of shut down part of that field, and he's a guy that could do that.
So let's see. Let's simulate the 2026 season and see what happens.
2-15.
5-12.
Hey, that's an improvement.
Wins against Washington.
Yes.
Jacksonville here, Pittsburgh here, Cleveland here, Houston here.
I would spend all day on that thing, what you're just doing
I know
right
you
now.
This
Holy cow.
This has the Colts winning the division at 12-5. Houston goes 9-8. Jacksonville goes 8-9. Then the Titans 5-12. Oh, it even has the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
So the wild card round, Houston goes to New England and upsets Vrabel. Buffalo goes to Indy, upsets them. Denver beats the Chargers. Chicago over Minnesota. Philadelphia over the Rams. Seattle over Tampa Bay. Divisional round, Houston's on a run. Beats Pittsburgh.
Well, I'll be damned.
Buffalo beats Denver. Seattle over San Francisco. Chicago over Philly. Buffalo beats Houston in the AFC Championship. Chicago beats Seattle in the NFC, and in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah! I'm going to wherever it's next year.
The Super Bowl is
Los Angeles.
Chicago against Buffalo, with the Bills finally winning.
I would love to see that because
That'd
got
be great.
A fan base that's desperate need of a Super Bowl championship, and a fan base who's only had one in the Super Bowl era in the Bears. Wait, so they got the Chiefs not making this?
They do, yeah. No.
Oh man.
So there you go.
So
you can do the 2027 offseason.
So McLean gets two road trips, right?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I love that.
So there you go. That's one of the off seasons.
Oh man,
I'm gonna send this to Sean Henry so he can then tell me if I was right or wrong.
really? Why him?
Because he takes an interest in our mock drafts and our mock off season.
I bet he does.
So I'm gonna let him have this.
and
so
then send him a couple lists just for
some lists.
for hoots and gigs. Sit in. All right, can you do a different one if they? What did you do? Free agency first, right? So
yeah, I mean, we can. You want to do one right now?
no, because it takes a long time.
No, it really doesn't.
What about the plugging in Reuben Bain at 4? Because I really think now that Love goes 3 to the Cardinals.
He could.
Mendoza 1 to the Raiders. Tell you what about that. Tell you what, man, that Fernando Mendoza. That's my Gruden impression.
That release, man.
Tell you what, man, that Fernando Mendoza. By the way, Gruden's first quarterback camp video, you see who it is?
Diego Pavia.
And he said it was outstanding, which you don't expect him to say, God, it's the worst hour of my life. Of course he's going to say that. But I think Mendoza goes 1, and then 2, the Jets, they're psychotic. Who knows what they'll take? They'll probably take a punter. And then 3, I think Love gets to the Cardinals. And then 4, we sit here with Reuben Bain, which is fine. I mean, I'm fine.
That's a good option for Arizona if you think about it. I mean, it's from what we hear online, it seems like Jimmy G will be the quarterback for that team. You go grab Jeremiah Love, then you go already have your tight end of the future.
Is it not Brissett? I thought they were all hooked on.
Well, I think he's going to leave. From what I've read online, it's Jimmy G.
Let me ask you this, though. What if Borgonzi says, all right, I'm going to give the Cardinals my number 1. Remember, the Texans did it 3 years ago. I'm going to give the Cardinals number 1 in 27 and a 3rd rounder in 27, 2nd rounder this year to move up. Then you get Bain and Jeremiah Love. Get out of here.
All right. So, see, I wish I could figure out how to do trades because I would consider that to try and do both. All right. So I've done all my free agent signings, but we could redo the draft.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to redo the draft?
Yep. You get same free agent people.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. We are up. Reuben Bain goes 2nd overall to the Jets. Arvell Reese to the Cardinals. The Titans are on the clock. What do you want to do?
We're not getting Love, right?
He's out. I mean, he's there, but the 2 pass rushers I think I would take are gone.
And that who's again 2 is
Bain,
and then 3
Reese.
All right, give me David Bailey.
Okay. All right.
Who's damn good.
He's
good.
Really good. Yep. All right. So the Titans take Bailey. We are up at 35. We have some trade offers.
Oh, already?
Yep. Indianapolis is offering us picks 47 and 78 to move up to 35. Minnesota is offering picks 49 and 82. And the Giants are offering 37 and a future pick.
I don't like any of those.
All right. Well, here's who's available. We have a couple of safeties, Emmanuel McKeel Warren from Toledo, Dylan Feineman from Oregon, Lee Hunter, who's a defensive lineman from Texas Tech, cornerback Brandon, is it Cease from South Carolina?
Sure.
Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver from Indiana. I do like him. Christian Miller is a defensive lineman from Georgia. Anthony Hill Jr., inside linebacker from Texas.
I don't like Christian Miller.
R. Mason Thomas, who's an edge rusher from Oklahoma.
Christian Miller, but he's not allowed to drive.
You want to take him?
Yeah.
All right.
So you plug, I mean, immediately you got pass rusher and you got interior guy to go with Simmons.
All right. We've taken him.
Bargonzi better be listening to this because we're going to do this.
All right. We're up at pick 66. We have some trade. We have one trade offer. Atlanta is offering picks 79 and 114 to move up to 66.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to take it. Atlanta is on the clock. Titans up at 79. Let's see. A couple of trade offers, and then I'll tell you who's available.
Okay.
Vegas is offering us 102 and 117. New England is offering us 95 and 125.
I'm not trading with Vrabel. And that's too long in between picks.
Best player available, according to this, at pick number 79 from Vanderbilt, tight end Eli Stowers. We have a 3-technique defensive lineman Darrell Jackson Jr. from Florida State. Jonah Coleman from Washington, running back. He's available. Malik Muhammad, corner from Texas. Devin Moore, corner from Florida. Edge rusher Anthony Lucas from USC.
Give me the guy from Texas, the DB.
Malik Muhammad.
Yeah.
Done. Stowers goes to the Panthers.
We already got Chig and Gunnar Helm.
All right. Pick 101. We have Traden Stukes, who's a corner from Arizona. We have a 3-technique from Oklahoma, Grayson Halton. Brennan Thompson, who's a wide receiver from Mississippi State. Logan Jones, who's a center from Iowa. Zakee Wheatley, safety from Penn State. Skylar Bell, who's a wide receiver from Connecticut, is available. And we got a couple of trade offers as well.
What about, you got Lindenbaum, you got Cade Mays. No, Lindenbaum, right? Did you take Lindenbaum?
Yeah, I took them both.
You got Cade Mays. So there's your center depth.
Well, here's some. So Buffalo wants 101. They're offering 126 and 167. Dallas is offering 112 and 151. Indy's offering 113 and 155. And Miami is offering 111 and 150.
You got any are there any playmakers in there? By meaning receiver that's
Brennan
available?
Thompson, who's a wide receiver from Mississippi State. Do we like him, Dr. Crane?
Yeah, he was the guy that scored the game-winning touchdown against Arizona State. Fastest guy in the draft, I believe, this year.
Sold me.
All right, we'll take him.
Say it with conviction, Joe.
Sold me, man.
All right, we're up at 114. Bud Clark, safety from TCU, is available. Dalen Everett from Georgia is a corner. Katron Allen from Penn State, running back. Kayron Crawford, who's an edge rusher from Auburn. Mike Washington Jr., running back from Arkansas. Sam Hecht, who's a center. Got a couple of defensive linemen, and Rayshawn Benny from Michigan and Tim Keenan from Alabama.
Who's the first safety that you said?
Bud Clark.
Take him.
TCU.
Yep.
Okay.
Get some depth there at safety.
We have done that. And we're now up at 141. J.C. Davis is a tackle from Illinois. Couple of tight ends, Joe Royer from Cincinnati, Sam Roush from Stanford. Demetrius Crownover is a tackle from A&M. Eli Reardon from Notre Dame's a tight end is available. A couple of offensive tackles. Drew Aller from Penn State is available.
Oh, wow. Give me the tackle from Illinois, the first guy.
All right. Done. Drew Aller goes next to Arizona. Titans are on the board at 143.
Damn, we got a lot of picks.
A lot of the same guys available. What position you thinking?
The tackle. We got interior. Any linebackers available?
Taron York, who's an inside linebacker from Texas A&M.
All right, take him.
Done.
Taron York. How far is it to York? Right. Sorry.
This is riveting stuff.
It is, isn't it?
All right, pick 184. Titans are on the board. Reardon, the tight end from Notre Dame, has dropped. He's still there.
What's wrong then?
I don't know. Jude Bowery is offensive tackle from Boston College. Got a couple of tight ends, one from A&M, one from Bama. Pat Cogan, who's a center from Indiana. Alex Hart.
Wait, that's the Rose Bowl MVP
That's
guy.
correct, Pat Coogan.
Yeah, bring him in here.
Oh, you want him?
Coogan. Coogan rhymes with Dugan. Bring him in.
All right, we got him. He has been drafted.
I like this. I like what we're doing here.
We may be done. I don't know if we have any more
We're
picks.
done
or
a long
not.
time ago.
All right, here we go. We're at pick 237. At pick 236, the Pittsburgh Steelers select quarterback Joey Aguilar from the University of Tennessee.
Do you know who we get at pick 237?
You want him?
Hell yeah, I want him. Bring him home, Chaser.
Let me
Is he
see.
gone?
No, he's there.
Bring him.
All right, so here's the quarterbacks available. Taylon Green from Arkansas, Jalen Daniels from Kansas, Luke Altmaier from Illinois, Baron Morton from Texas Tech, Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt.
Bring him home. And what's funny, all the Titans fans like, that guy, I hate that guy. Get him inside your stadium and do some things. You'd go crazy for him. Heck yeah.
All right, we get the offseason is complete. And we get a B+.
It's not bad. You gave yourself an A earlier. I like the B+. Means there's work to be done.
Yep.
All right, plug in our record. It better be damn 13-4. At least. Come on now.
6-11.
We went up.
And we finished the season with 4 in a row.
So at one point we were 2-11?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yep.
That's all right, though. Hey, it's how you cross the finish line.
Houston wins the division at 14-3.
All right.
And the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
the Seattle Seahawks go back-to-back, and they beat the Steelers.
Oh, that'd be revenge for what happened in 2005.
Yep. So
I like that. We get at a B+ rating, and then we got
6-11, 5-12. I mean, you'd feel better about 6-11.
Yeah, it's funny. You ask Titans fans, would you take 6-11 right now? The answer better be no.
It better be no, but
Right.
I think in the long run, we'll see. 615-737-1025. We got some texts. We will we will read some of these, not all of these, but some of these. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos, and just having some fun with the simulations for the Titans offseason. But I want to tell you about this. Right Time HVAC and Cromwell Media are teaming up to bring comfort back to your home. Is your heating system struggling, or the AC? Is it completely out of commission? You can nominate yourself for the Right Time Home Rescue and tell us your story. Enter today at thegamenashville.com/HVAC, and you could win a new HVAC system installed by Right Time HVAC. Right Time HVAC, locally owned and operated. There's never a wrong time to call Right Time. So go to thegamenashville.com and check that out. Yeah, I think you would have a lot of fun doing this.
Well,
Stick to the model.com is where I'm doing it again now, and I'm
as much ADHD as I have. Remember last year, but what's funny, we just laughed during the break. Last year we did this. I swear we did it 30 times.
Yeah.
28, you drafted DK, like in the 4th round.
Yeah,
Like
I
he was
did.
all in. So when he got drafted in the 4th, I was like, can you believe what they got? And so it's fun. It's a great waste of time. And we're in the corporate world. I would have loved this when I was in my corporate job.
So I'm doing this again. Do we cut Tony Pollard or do we keep Tony Pollard?
Cut him.
We're going to cut him?
Yeah, I guess so. I was gonna say try to trade him, but yeah, that works.
Well, I wonder if it didn't let me do trades before, but maybe it will.
Because it's your attitude, maybe. Maybe change that.
Yeah, and I don't like this that it still has Sweat on there, but it also has Jermaine Johnson, which is weird.
It's a little funky. I know you could probably go to when it gives you like a build your own trade. I just sent Sweat without it, like without a return. That is.
Yeah, that could be smart. Yeah, and Spears would be one I'd probably try. Try and do something with. So there you go. People have weighed in on I knew people would do this. Thomas in Hendersonville. Are you freaking kidding me? You would take Pavia over Green, the quarterback from Arkansas that broke several of the combine records?
Don't want a combine hero.
Skylar says Taylor Green's combine was insane. Definitely take him over Pavia.
There's no tape on the guy. Was not that good at Arkansas. Jeremiah Love did great at the combine. He's got tape of actual games doing things. So stop.
Yeah, okay. Kevin said the Jets take a punter at 3. We didn't say that.
I said that.
Oh, you said that.
I said the
Okay.
Jets are so stupid they'll take a punter at 2.
The Seahawks wanted pick 101 and 143 for Devin Witherspoon, according to Matthew from Jolton. He said he got a B. So we have other people doing this now.
Well, hey, listen, buddy. We're the only ones that Borgonzi's listening to. So you
wish.
Don't even start.
You wish. Did you know the Titans had a wide receiver named Hal Paisley or Presley?
Why are you doing this to me, man? 240. Man, I asked for a little something back in town. We'll go after hours and play a little football down at the Liberty Bowl. Come on, man. Don't do this. Where's he from? If you say Memphis, I swear to God.
I don't know. You would lose it, wouldn't you?
Are you kidding me? Goodness. Even if he's from Tupelo, that's bad enough. Man, I was about to Tupelo back in the days. Ole Miss Rebels, Liberty Bowl. I'd lose my mind on that.
I'm sure you would. On some of yours, Dr. Crane, have you extended Skoronski at all?
Yeah, the first time I did it, it would only give me the maximum of $100,000 for an extension, but I ended up getting it to the point where I could do 5 years. I think I signed him for like 5 years, 50 million, something like that. I mean, if you look at the number of his age, he's going to be 30 by the time that contract's over with. Normally, once you hit around 30 is that, peak mark of an offensive lineman. But hey, some of those guys go on past 30. I mean, look at Trent Williams as a left tackle. He's up there.
So what does that equate to per year?
I believe 10 million, roughly. 5 years, $50 million. AAV would be 10.
Okay.
But I think I front loaded that contract because I didn't want it to, damage the cap in the later ends of that.
Thank you for doing that.
I just feel like if you, oh yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Joe. Yeah. I don't know. There were a lot of contracts you look at. There are a lot of contracts you look at on this little stick to the model those
I
2-year
I
deals.
wasn't ready for that.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, everybody pokes in. It's all right. I don't care.
Thank you for doing that.
Thick skin here.
That was Amy. That was your Amy.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much for doing
We'll have tea later.
Look, Hal Presley, man, he put receiver from Baylor. He was with the Bills, the Chiefs. Now he's here. I'm all about Hal Presley at 6'3", 210.
Okay. You like him.
Not bad.
More about this guy, man.
Some of those 2-year deals, though, you could just look at those as like an out after the first year. That's how I looked at a lot of those. So,
All right. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. It's Chase and Big Joe presented by the Omni 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe on this Wednesday. We're at the Omni Hotel tomorrow. We'll be hanging out at, I think we're at Kitchen Notes tomorrow.
Kitchen Notes, absolutely.
So looking forward to that. We've had a fun show. Appreciate Terry McCormick, Max Herz for joining us, and had fun playing GM.
God, that Terry McCormick interview seems like it was 8 hours ago.
I know.
That's what it is, folks. We have a good time from noon to 3, man.
That's what we do. That's what we do. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have Benjamin Harrison Day, followed by Courageous Follower Day.
Whoa, what's Benjamin Harrison Day? It's president. What's the deal?
Great question, Joe. It just
Well, don't
shows a
you
picture of
research this, or you just pull it up during the break?
Well, I mean, every time I click on it, it gives me a pop-up ad. I don't want any viruses.
All right. Well,
let's see here. I believe it is. Let's see. No, not his birthday.
I mean, so Benji Harrison, man.
Yeah, it doesn't really give. Oh, he was sworn into office March the 4th. That's why. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they used to inauguration was in March, not in January.
Yeah, so you knew it. You just wanted me to say it. Thanks.
I did not. I did not know. I had no idea.
Okay, well, following that is Courageous Follower Day. Discover what your name means day. Let's see. Holy Experiment Day is today. Hug a GI Day. Always do that. International GMs Day. There you go. You guys are doing that. Those are game masters. So like probably Dungeons and Dragons. Joe probably played that when he was a kid. International Scrapbooking Industry Day. Let's see here. March 4th Day. We all know that. National Grammar Day. Marching Music Day, National Dance the Waltz Day. Always fun to dance the waltz. National Snack Day, National Sons Day, Old Inauguration Day, as Joe just mentioned. Stop Bad Service Day, Toy Soldier Day, World Obesity Day, and to wrap it up, National Pound Cake Day. Not a good day to follow up with there.
It's okay.
Real quick, there is another wide receiver that is going to be available via free agency. The New England Patriots will release wide receiver Stephon Diggs.
Nobody's going to touch him with a 50-foot pole.
Don't think so either, but we'll see.
That is all right. Time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these birthdays within 2. Chase, you go first because Dr. K went first yesterday. All right, first up, golfer Peter Jacobsen. How old is Peter Jacobsen?
42.
53.
72.
Nice.
Dr. Creighton, how old is boxer Ray Boom Boom Mancini? Actually killed a guy in the ring one time.
72.
84.
65. Chase, your former Phoenix Sun guard, Sacramento City Mayor Kevin Johnson. KJ.
64.
60.
60 exactly. Out in Sacramento. I'm sure he's turned Kale off too. Dr. Crane, you are how old is former Nashville Cats head coach and brother of, I tell you what, man, Jay Gruden. How old is Jay Gruden? John Gruden's brother, Jay.
Jay Gruden is 49.
53.
59. Chaser, how old is former Minnesota Vikings running back, Ohio State running back, Robert Smith?
42.
48.
54. Dr. Crane, you better get this one, buddy. How old is your hero, Landon Donovan?
Not my hero. Guy got a hair transplant. Give me a break.
So he's a soccer guy, man.
Doesn't matter. Let's see. Landon Donovan, still a little young. I'll go 42.
48.
44. 3-0, Dr. Crane. Chaser, how old is Draymond Green?
39.
36.
36 exactly. 5-0, Dr. Crane. Dr. Crane, how old is Emilio Estefan? Not Estevez. Emilio Estefan, glorious husband.
61.
63.
73. Chase, how old is Patricia Heaton? She was Ray Romano's wife on
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, it's show.
60.
58.
68. Dr. Crane, how old is the actor from Wings, Steven Weber?
74.
67.
65. Chase on the board, 5-1.
Finally.
Chase, how old is Patsy Kensit? She is an actress. She was in Lethal Weapon 2 as Mel Gibson's girlfriend.
64.
60.
58. Lightning round now. Dr. Crane, how old is friend of the show, actor Michael T. Williamson from Forrest Gump? He was Bubba.
63.
60.
69. Chaser, former Metallica bassist Jason Newsted.
64.
62.
63. That's a push. Dr. Crane, lead singer of Lemonheads, Evan Dando.
49.
59.
59 exactly. Uh-oh. Here we go. 5-3. He's coming back. Chaser, how old is country singer Jason Sellers?
Who? Yeah. 66.
58.
55. Dr. Crane, how old is actor? Oh my gosh. These people I've never heard of. Actor, TV personality, Whitney Port. She was on The Hills.
52.
47.
41. Chaser, how old is actor Margot Harshman from The Big Bang Theory?
51.
52.
40. Dr. Crane, how old is actress Jenna Boyd from your favorite movie, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
I'm going to go with 50.
54.
33. Dr. Crane, you win 5-3, Bubba.
All right.
Proud of you, man.
What, 2 in a row?
That is 2 in a row.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. We're done.
Oh, well, there you go. We had our one text telling us that they switch off for celebrity birthday. So thank you for letting us know.
That's fine. I switch off usually around 12:05, so it all works out. So we're good.
That is going to do it for us.
We leave the show every day, guys, with a message for mental health for guys out there. I tell you all the time, please go to therapy. Please talk to somebody. Whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through this alone. I reach out to people all the time when I'm going through something. If I can do it, you can do it. That's how much we love you. And look, real quick, stop comparing your journey to other people's journeys. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Your life is uniquely you. God made you for this journey. It's a beautiful journey. Please know that. Please know how much we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else you'll ever know, please understand how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming up next. 102.5 The Game.